So one of my greatest mentors as a writer was a gentleman named John Bishop. Now, John wasn't a songwriter. John was a playwright, and one hell of a playwright. He wrote The Trip Back Down, Borderlines, Confluences, Empty Hearts. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens of well-regarded classic American plays. And he also wrote the films The Package with Gene Hackman and Drop Zone with Wesley Snipes and Navy SEALs and Beverly Hills Cop 3. He would take jobs in films because they paid well. I was fortunate enough to intern, so to speak, with John very, very early on in my career before I became a songwriter, because I didn't really think I was going to be a songwriter. I thought I was going to be a playwright. That was my initial intention. So what does this all mean, and why am I telling you this? Well, being around John and other writers was highly influential. In fact, we'd go out to I think it was called the Lion's Head in Greenwich Village, and I'd be at a table with John and another Tony Award winner and a Pulitzer Prize winner, and these just amazing, highly respected, influential writers. And writers have a way of looking at things, and they have a way of getting to the heart of things. Yeah, really great writers are great for a reason. So that rubbed off on me. But two things that John said to me that I want to share with you that were important. Whenever we were out around other people, and sometimes it could be new people that he hadn't met before, John would do this thing like, you'd be talking and it would be loud and drinking and eating, and somebody would say something and John would be like, say that again. And eventually, usually that ended up in a script or a play. And he did it all the time. Say that again. And he would file it, because that's where your greatest lyrics, your greatest lines come from listening to real people talk, from real conversations. And people will say nuggets that will strike your imagination, and you could either use that line verbatim, or very often you'll change the line to something better, but the intent will be there. So listen to conversations and be that person who's like, say that again. That's number one. The other thing that John told me, and this may seem weird, but it actually is applicable. He would always say, Ed, stop playing for your father. And what he meant was, John was really into softball. So we had a softball team, a really competitive softball team. And if I got really pissed off or were too into the game, he'd be like, Ed, stop playing for your father. And what he meant was obvious, but it actually goes beyond that, because a lot of times we're going for something and it's not even for ourselves. We're trying to recapture, relive, or prove something to somebody else. Do it for yourself, do it for the love, and it will always be better and purer. That's what he meant, I think.